Yeah, YouTube is kind of the thing that I kind of stumbled on, and and kind of think then everything kind of happened out of nowhere. But it's just I'm just happy. I'm just happy.
Hey man, how you doing? Can you hear me alright?
Is this okay?
Yeah. Gonna start record. Screen record.
Some lights from daylight. I don't know how it's going to be like in half an hour, but we'll see.
And let me just start Skype record. Can you record audio on your site, perhaps?
Am I sideways? No, this doesn't work here. We're gonna have to go somewhere else. Is this okay right here?
Brilliant, perfect. Can you lift the camera a little bit up? Just a little bit up.
Yeah, let me see how I'm looking. All right, cool.
Yeah, that's better.
Right, okay. The sun is gonna go in about a few minutes, but let's do this.
Yeah, let's do this, man. Talking about the sun. Tell me, how's life in Portugal? Because I've never been to Portugal. I've been around Europe, alright, every country multiple times, but actually never in Portugal. But actually, I was in Portugal mentally because I have the second channel with a friend of mine. He travels a lot, and he was in Portugal for a few weeks, and we did a few episodes there. And it looks beautiful, man. It looks beautiful. So tell me, man. Tell me about Portugal.
I don't even know what to say, man. It's just a chilled country. It's relaxed people. It's all about food and football, and that's mainly it. Those are the two topics. It's football and food and wine. That's it. So it's all right. It's a very relaxed country. It's not very busy, and well, maybe in Lisbon it is, but where I come from, it's just very relaxed kind of place. Sunny right now. It hasn't been sunny in a while, but hopefully the summer will pick up. Where's your accent from, though? I'm sorry, I'm asking the question.
It's kind of half Irish because I'm originally Polish, but I live in Ireland 17, 18 years now. So, but I listen a lot of American radios, and so it's kind of mixed, like it's a bit of American mixed with Irish, So sometimes I sound like a farmer from Ireland, So yeah, it's that, like it's mixed, like What about yourself? You've been in London?
Yeah, I lived there. I think first time I went there about 98. Yeah, 98, around then. So, actually, when I turned 18. So, just cooped up to the UK and stayed there with friends. Then I just kind of moved around for a while. In the UK, back to Portugal, to the UK, back to Portugal. I was just jumping around because I had friends and family on both sides. My brother actually lived in London for, I don't know, 25 years or something. So, yeah. I just jumped around between the two countries for a while. London, even though it's a big place, you can still find like a corner of London that you kind of relate to. Even though coming from a small place, there were certain areas of London that I felt at home in. But I wouldn't go for the busiest parts because I always lived in the surrounding areas like Brixton and Clapham Common, which is also the Portuguese area, so I was kind of feeling at home at times. It has a good skate scene because I'm a skater as well, so it's a great place to skate compared to the cities that we have here in Portugal. It's just bad for skating because it's like cobble streets everywhere, and like London's actually, the pavements are really smooth to skate, so it's a great place to be at the same time to skate.
Nice one. You still skate?
I went skating yesterday, but I stopped for a while. But I went skating, I think, yesterday, and I just, I bruised my finger, my finger, my toes, the toe, they call it. Yeah, but I tried to. I stay in the studio a lot more than I used to. I stay in the studio a lot more than I used to. I stay in the studio a lot more than I used to.
All right. So I wanted to ask you a few questions, but on your recent video, I think you answered a lot of my questions, really,
Welcome to the video, everyone. So I decided to do a tour of the studio. I have this thing right here. This is part of the studio as well.
And I have to go back now also to the interview you did with Matthew. It was really good, really good interview. So all those questions are answered there also. So anyone should actually watch that first and then maybe come back here, because it's just maybe second part, you could call it, or maybe more chilled out, maybe not as much MPC related, because like I said, in your newest video, the studio tour, you answered a lot of my questions.
Well, there you go. This is how I clean my dust, even though it's dusty all the time.
So
yeah,
I don't know what to ask.
Maybe a few things that might skip or might have missed some of these, I don't know, details or something.
So tell me now about mastering, because when you cut the samples, and then I was thinking maybe you don't master them, but now you showed all those mastering hardware you have there.
Yeah.
Blown away by this,
Yeah, it's right here. Right here. I don't think it's really. I wouldn't call it mastering, because mastering it's really. I call it adding that final touch to the mix. It's you would call it mastering, perhaps just coloring it a little bit. But mastering really, it's even more than that. It's even more than just compressing or EQing. It's paying attention to how the lows are affecting too many lows, or how loud the mix is, and trying to push it even harder. For that, you really need experience to get to a professional level. What I do is just just a little bit of shine on top of the beat. Just using my analog gear to give that extra creamy sound to the beats. But I don't know if I should call it mastering. Probably it is partly mastering, but it's not But yeah, that's what I do. It's just I have the gear on the side, compressors, and I'm still learning, to be honest. I never paid too much attention to compress it. Well, I know how a compressor works, but I've now having like real analog gear, I pay more attention to it, like just hearing closely to see how the movement is and how everything's affecting the highs, how everything's affecting the lows. So I pay more attention now that I have gear, just like value it more, obviously, and that's bringing more out of me as an engineer as well. So
No, your sound is great. I have to give you that.
thanks, man.
That's what I was wondering because you always sample from the vinyl, so I thought maybe it's just because of the vinyl, but
Not always, not always.
I see your sound going through all those wires and through all those hardware devices. You know, now I can understand why your sound is so rich, like, you know.
Yeah. I mean, and I was. It is a huge difference listening. Sorry about that. Let me see if I turn this off. Sorry, where were we? Did I? Oh man, did I lose you? Oh damn it. Hello.
Yeah, I have you.
Good. Can we go now?
Yeah. I just want to say, like, your sound, it's amazing. Like, you know, I really think like you're the best on YouTube. You're the master of boom bap in Europe. You're the master of boom bap in Europe, man. I tell you, your sound and even video production, everything is just great. Like, you know, and you motivate the shit out of it. Really, seriously, well done, man. Really well done.
I see your MPCX in the back there.
What's that?
You got the MPCX in the back right there, yeah?
Yeah, I have the X and I have Roland Juno DS. So tell me about this sampling, and because you said you not always use samples, you make all your own sounds also?
I'm actually now creating my own sounds. I always used to sample everything really, not just records, and sample off of YouTube as well. Sample VHS, sample whatever really. When I started, actually, I didn't get. I'm from a small city in Portugal, which means like no record shops, which means you have to sample from CDs. You have to sample from. I used to sample from the television, or so. Yeah, I just sample everything. It doesn't really matter what it is. I'm used to connecting the sampler to whatever source I have at hand. Actually. This is as crazy as it gets sometimes. I have this, and this is from my girl's grandfather, and it's like one of these radios I could just, you know, get radios from Japan and stuff like that. That's it. So you can sample off of, you have radios now, digital, right? You can listen to radios on the internet, but you know, that's as dumb as I get when I get to sample. Yeah, but going back to your question, I make my own samples now, so I'm trying to learn how to play the piano so I can record my samples instead of. I'm not really going to learn how to play piano at this point. I could, but I rather just, you know, create chords, sample the chords, and then create my sequences with that. And that's what I've been doing. But I'm on a whole new journey now with synths and all of that. It's just. I don't want to get too sidetracked at the same time because I really love sampling. So it's kind of like a hobby within the thing that I like to do. Is like, okay, I experience this other world, but not leave sampling. You know, did I go off to another?
No, you're grand. Well, for me, it was just like I was just afraid of using samples. Like I was afraid to put out my music because of the samples. So that's why I start to create my own sound, like, you know, which maybe that it doesn't sound like a hip hop, it doesn't sound like a boom bap, it's just some sort of a noise, but you know, it's my noise, so no one can say to me like, oh, you've used this sample, like, you know.
Well, what do you mean it doesn't sound like?
Well, I don't know. I don't know. You have to listen to it and judge it yourself. Like, you know, what I struggle now with, it's actually getting my bass through the small speakers, like through the mobile phones or laptop speakers, because what I do on the normal monitors, and then I have large speakers everywhere, you know. So for me, it's not an issue. But then sometimes I turn on my beat on the small mobile phone, and it's just like, what the hell is this? You know?
That's a big problem nowadays, because everyone listens to. But if you're really listening to music, then you have headphones, and if you had headphones, then you get the bass. But if you're just listening off of your laptop or off of the phone, then you don't have any bass. That's why sometimes when it's just, I actually take some care about that issue. Like I just sometimes listen to it on the speakers of the laptop or the phone or whatever. I always like to have something in the beat that's not just the bass, because I know that's going to go away when people listen to it. Like people on YouTube probably don't listen. I'm not saying all of them, but some of them don't listen to the basses in my track. And obviously bass is a big thing. So I always pay attention to that. I always like to have something in the beat that's high frequency. So even though you don't listen to the bass, there's something that grabs you aside just the drums. But yeah, I pay attention to that sometimes.
Savage, man, savage. And you've never had any issue sampling from the TVs and, like, you know?
No, man, because I kind of mask it really well. Well, there are certain things that you know where they come from. I think you're cutting off right there. I don't know if I should keep going. Should you hear me? I'm gonna wait a second. I'm just waiting a little bit. Yo, I'm back.
It caught again.
You were talking about samples. You're talking about sampling, right? And I was saying that normally I try to hide what I do. You know, if I'm sampling Bill Evans, like, you know, just do it in a clever way. Obviously, we don't have many tools to do it. We just pitch it, just filter it, layer it, and that's about it. And you try to get away with it. Like I honestly, there's really nothing else that I do aside from that. And just, you know, I mean, like, you guys know me from YouTube, but really I'm not like you know, I'm small fish, right? And I don't think people watch my listen to my music like enough for it to be, you know, sued by anyone. So I'm kind of I lost you again. If I lose you, I don't know what to say. Are you there? Okay. Epá, esta internet é uma bosta. And now we're back. No. And
Hello. Oh, I have you.
Jesus, man.
Look, okay, man. Let's just move on. Tell me about the track clip. How that came about? Did they approach you or?
Yeah. I think they saw one of one of my videos, which is the trumpet technique that everyone used in the 90s. So they contacted me and said, "Look, we like the idea. We want to work with you on that type of idea." So it's basically the same concept that I did with that video. And now I'm just keeping it on, like just getting techniques that were used and are still used today, or even new techniques that people come up with, like the hi-hats and trap hi-hats and stuff like that. I'll try to cover all that. And yeah, they contacted me and they wanted to work, and I think, yeah, why not? Let's work. You guys have a good business, and you guys are obviously well connected, so yeah, I think it's a good thing for the channel, and that's why I did it, doing it. I lose you again? Damn, this internet is bad. Hey, are we back? I'm sorry, my connection is just real. This is why I don't make live videos.
That's okay, man. What do you use to edit your videos? What program you use?
I use Final Cut. Yeah, just very simple editing. Just chop in the scenes that I want and coloring, and that's it. That's basically it. Because I don't do much else.
Also, all the footage you record yourself?
Yeah.
Really well done, man.
I think I've always had a passion for films, and this started really young, and I think that's probably where my English comes from as well. So I watch a film almost every day. While I'm making a beat or while I'm working, I don't even say I'm watching it, but I have a film playing. So I'm very driven by the visual side of everything, really. And when I'm making videos for YouTube, it's the same thing. I just really love working with the visual side. So, and I think it complements the audio really well. I don't know, it's just kind of like the way I look at video. Damn it, bro. Jesus. Are you there? Oh. I'm thinking maybe, do you want to do this another day? I'll try to get a cable or something to connect me through wire.
Say that again?
I was saying, like, maybe I can get an adapter to connect the internet via fiber optics to my computer.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe something is cutting the signal here, you know, because I never use DSLRs. Maybe if I switch them off, but right, quickly now, because I don't want to hold you for too long.
It's okay. You might have to go because you know your dad and.
No, she's fine. She's fine. I'm gonna do my night shift, like, you know.
Yeah.
My wife goes to sleep and then I look after the baby during the night, like, you know. Yeah. But no, it's fantastic. But tell me now, who's your favorite musician? Do you listen to any music except your own music? Of course, when you look for samples, but, like, you know, to get away from all that, when you go away from the studio in your car, what do you enjoy?
You know what? I don't get out of the studio that much. To be honest, I don't get out of the studio that much. I'm actually in the studio every day. I love what I do, and I can't get away from this. Okay, but who do I listen to? I don't have anyone, to be honest. Like, this is a question that gets me every time. I listen to a lot of the music that I sample. I listen to a lot of jazz that I sample. I listen to I don't know. I go to Spotify and I just whatever I grab and I listen to that, because there's always so many new things that I don't really stick to one thing too much, you know. I might stick to an artist here and there. I was listening to Easy Mo B the other day, and I was listening to all his things. I might stop by Madlib. Madlib has always been an inspiration for me. I listen to I said it, like the new jazz, the neo soul kind of stuff, where you have Alchemist, you have Robert Glasper, you have all these new artists. I really have something that I listen to, you know. It's whatever comes into play sometimes, and that's it. But, you know, and I listen to a lot of Spotify and just go through lo-fi playlists and stuff like that, and that's really I don't have like artists that I follow. Obviously, I don't, and yeah, it's just whatever I get on the internet.
your favorite rapper?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't listen to rap that much nowadays. But I say Afro gets me every time. He's from LA. I like his stuff. Already the Rugged Man, Droog, the old Droog. Mos Def has always been one of the MCs that I've loved. I don't know. I like Portuguese rap though, but you guys wouldn't know that. I'll say this, like Gift the Gap is another MC that I really like. It's kind of hard nowadays. Once that conscious rap went away, the lyrics kind of disappeared. But there's still a lot of people making there are a lot of great lyricists still. He's kind of digging for records. You have to find them. And that's it. But there's still some good people out there with some really intricate lines and good MCing, for sure.
Would you like to invite a rapper to your studio and we make an album?
Yeah.
I know you make music to listen to. I love how you make the story out of that music. I understand where you're coming from, and I really enjoy it. I really like it.
I've done that in the past, I've done that. I've produced for MCs, I've MC'd as well. So I've done that in the past. It's not something that I doing it for me. It won't be a new thing, and I want to evolve. I want to change. It's not that I don't want to be with an MC and create music with another MC. Maybe I'll find one that I can really connect, because that's what I want to do. I want to connect to someone and share I want to explore something. If I'm going to be with an MC, I want to explore something interesting. I want to create something. I don't know. I want to design something new. I want to make an album that's special. And if it's not going to be special, then you can definitely buy one of my beats if you want and use it if you like what I do. But working together with another MC, it's not something that I'm looking after. I'm looking for. So more into maybe connecting to a female jazz singer and do some lo-fi stuff with that. But yeah, maybe sometimes maybe some day in the future, I'll connect to an MC. He needs to be like down to create some really intricate lines and just be real clever with the band.
Can you tell me now, would you perform a live event?
I'm a studio cat. I just stay in the studio. That's what I do, and that's what I know. I can't perform. It's like the internet connection right now. That's probably me in a live situation. That's it. Just
tell me, are you waiting for 100K plaque?
Not really. I don't look much into it. What I'm looking for now is the 50K. I step by. I'm not really looking into subscribers, to be honest. I would like to do more views on my videos. Some of the videos, that's one of the things I would like to do, but I don't concentrate on subs. I would like to do it for sure. Yeah, why not? It's a good thing. Maybe, maybe one day. Because it's always very surprising that I'm still doing this. Like that, it's growing and growing. So it's always a surprise for me every day that I do this. So I never really think about 100 or 200 or anything. But if I get there, I'm super happy. I'm happy right now what I do and being able to do this for a living. So,
how did your passion get you through the hardships in hard moments in your life? Like how your passion helped you to go through your life?
Yeah, I think I just mainly concentrated on making music, and that's a huge thing because it took me off doing bad things in my life. So just doing work, just being in the studio every day, just instead of doing crazy stuff and I think that's probably it, you know. And this and skating as well, because skating also occupied my time. And just, yeah, definitely, just looking back and always looking at the NPC and focusing on what I'm doing, just this passion, it's definitely something that kind of kept me safe, kept me inside and away from doing a lot of stupid things that probably I would be doing at this point. I'm super happy that I took the choice, because it's something that everyone kind of like, yeah, you stop doing what you do, stop as normal as you do. Like normally the society will keep you away from the things that you love and just say, oh, focus, like this is the real life, and don't do this, don't do that. Like everyone goes through that, but I think I'm just stubborn enough to keep doing it. You know, obviously I always had jobs, I always worked, but I kind of just never left the NPC aside. So, and I'm just happy to have done that.
It's really nice. It's good to have passion, and I love people with passion, like, you know.
Yeah, man. I'm super happy. I'm super happy, man, to have made it. It made it. I mean, I didn't make it, but you know, to have not have quit, because I was already quitting at a certain point. I was like, this thing of YouTube. This is what kind of put me back into the NPC, because I wasn't. At a certain point, I was just making beats just because I'm addicted to making beats, but I wasn't really focusing on putting albums out or doing anything. Like, yeah, YouTube was kind of the thing that I kind of stumbled on, and kind of thing. Then everything kind of happened out of nowhere. But you know, it's just, I'm just happy. Yeah, YouTube is kind of the thing that I kind of stumbled on, and kind of then everything kind of happened out of nowhere. But you know, it's just I'm just happy. Yeah, YouTube is kind of the thing that I kind of stumbled on, and kind of thing. Then everything kind of happened out of nowhere. But you know, it's just, I'm just happy.
Very good, very good. Happy for you, and I really enjoy your videos, man. Really enjoy your music also. Like, it's not, because sometimes you have the people that make the YouTube, but they don't really make the music, you know. And in your case, actually, the music is really, really good. The sound, the ambience of it, you know, the sonics of it, and then again, your videos, the way you edit, the way you record it, it's really, really, really class. Like, and I wish you.
Is that really what draws people? Because I keep wondering, what's the thing that people really like to watch? You know, like, is it? Because I ask people, well, what is it? Is it a tutorial? Is it just the video with the beat? Is it because I don't really know sometimes. I know a lot of people like the filming aspect of it, and I keep wondering what it is sometimes. But it might be that. It might be the way that I put my camera onto things, and you know, it might be that, because sometimes I'll just get lost. I don't know what to do or what people are drawn to in my videos. Is it the music? Is it the filming? Is it the experience that I might bring to the table when making beats? Is it all that? Maybe it's all that. It is hard to put all that into a video. You know, that's why I try to separate things. Make a video about beat making. Make a video about talking about beat making. It's, you know, yeah. It's also a struggle to come up with new ideas every time.
Yeah, it is. How do you search for new ideas? How do you keep staying motivated?
I mean, like, I just, things happen actually. Things keep on happening. Like Tracklib, that happened out of nowhere. Things come to you, you know, things come to you. And even people will comment on your video, say, hey, do this, do that. And it's, there's always ideas, there's always things happening. You think, sometimes sometimes I hit a wall and like I have no ideas whatsoever. I just make a beat and make a video, and that works, right? So sometimes it's because it's hard to get new content, but yeah, things just happen. Like Tracklib happened, and that's it. Just have to go with it.
Yeah.
I procrastinate a lot too. Like I work a lot, but I procrastinate. I love procrastinating, but you have to do it. You have to push yourself. 22.
That's it. That's it. Thanks, man. Thanks a million. It was a pleasure talking to you. But yeah, like I said, anytime you're welcome, you'll be hearing from me anyway. Like, you know, you won't get rid of me now. Thanks. Thanks a million. Thanks.
All of the old days behind.
I'm just curious to know what you did with your day apart from rehearsing. Well, if you're interested, I get up in the morning and I brush my teeth. And then I have breakfast and I read the morning paper.
Yeah, YouTube's kind of the thing that I kind of stumbled on, and kind of think then everything kind of happened out of nowhere. But you know, it's just, I'm just happy.
You have a genuine gift for melody.
Well, what does that mean, Mr. Bernard?
Simply what I said. You have a good melodic feel.